Welcome to part 2 of the topic and title lesson. This is Dr. J talking Thesising 101, where you can smell a researcher from a mile away. In this series, we cover tips and tricks to help you on your research journey. Today's focus is on the latter half of our topic and title lesson. Let's get right into it. Your title is a summary of your research in one sentence. It gives you a clear indication of what you are trying to achieve. It usually is no more than 18 words and it must be informative. Many first-time researchers think that a topic and a title are synonymous. They are not. Think of your topic as an area you wish to investigate. To get to your title, you should ask yourself, what exactly is it that I would like to do within this area? Many researchers get stuck at this point. They know what area is of interest to them, but they don't quite know how to contribute to that area. By creating your title early on, you force yourself to think about the outcome of your study. What is the problem that you would like to solve? What is the purpose of your research? How are you going to structure your lit review? How are you going to conduct your study? And how are you going to present your results at the end of it all? Here with a few tips to get you started on constructing your title. So tip number 1. Summarize what you want to do. What is the act that you want to perform? Do you want to understand something? Or explore something? Explain something? Define maybe? What about developing something? What is the verb in your title? In the previous lesson, we identified a gap in literature, which was about the impact of fairy tales on women. So let's start building our title around that gap. Let us start with our verb. What exactly is it that we would like to do? So let's just say for this proposed study, all we want to do is understand. So I could start my title with Towards an Understanding. Tip number 2 is simply an incorporation of your core topic of investigation into your title. Let's stick to the princesses. Looking at the gap we identified, fairy tales seem to be quite important. So perhaps we should plunk that in there too. Tip number 3. Your title should encompass your scope. As covered in the previous lesson, scope is how big your research project needs to be. Again, sticking with the princesses and building on from part 1 of this lesson, if you were the honors student that was looking solely at gender roles, it would be beneficial to add gender roles into the title. So far, we have Towards an Understanding of Fairy Tales on Gender Roles. For now, I think this title is descriptive enough for what we needed to demonstrate. However, when you develop your own title, you may also want to add things like unit of analysis or target audience or your context, for instance. Add whatever you need to in order to make the description of your project visible to the reader by just looking at your title. Bonus tip: keep it simple. Remember, the title of your thesis or dissertation is not the same as the title of an article or a book. Article titles are informative yet catchy and is very often creative. Your title should just be a summary, a brief description. Don't try to be fancy. In summary, looking at both part 1 and part 2 of this lesson, you are going to get bored, so find something that you are interested in. Do your homework, find a gap, don't take on too much, and come up with a descriptive title as soon as possible. Remember, you are not writing a novel, so keep it simple. If you have a question, please add it to the comment section. Also, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Add your tips and tricks regarding this topic. I'm sure someone would find it very useful.